Bueno, Alexis. Can you hear?
starting to see the middle innings start to have a little bit of a more friendly pace, Colin.
Seems like it. I mean, that's the 7th straight out now that the Dantos have produced. And, you know, we talked about it a little bit at the last inning, but Obando really starting to settle in, and now he gets the bottom part of this Brothers lineup.
I'll bring up Shehei Tin. First pitch on the way. And he takes a strike outside. So where Dantos plays their home games, it's Estadio Nacional Soberia. It's a 15,000 person venue built back in 2017. This ball's flipped into very shallow right center. Who's going to take charge? It's going to be the right fielder, Rayo. Comes on in and makes the catch for the second out, 2 away. But the stadium is home to the Nicaraguan national baseball team, so a lot of these Los Dantos players, they're certainly finding their way home when they go train with the national team ball club. Won back-to-back championships, Managua, 2024 and 2025. 9th league title. First pitch on the way to Chen, and goes right after it, comes up empty.
I think that's a good advantage, too, for the Dantos. I mean, so many of these guys getting to play together, both on the national scale and then just in the Latin American scale. So there's a lot of chemistry already made. They've been in season, just getting back for the World Baseball Classic for a lot of these guys. So to me, the Dantos in Nicaragua, it's a little bit of a sneaky team in this tournament, especially early.
Leading 9-2 in the bottom half of inning number 4. 1-1. Skied into right field. Rayo has a little bit of a more routine beat on this one. Makes the catch backing towards the line. And that will end the inning. Oh, this back-to-back 1-2-3 innings. That closes up the 4th inning rather quickly as we go to the 5th. Almost at the halfway point. It's the 8 and 9 hitters. Wodofolo Bone and Bismarck Rivera. They've hit a couple of bombs between the two of them. A 3-run shot for Bone back in the 2nd. He takes a first pitch strike.
Yeah, 5 RBIs, 4 runs scored, 2 home runs just between these two guys, Bone and Rivera. So Lynn's definitely got his work cut out for him, but he's retired 4 straight.
2 for 2 day for Bone. A 3-run shot back in the 2nd and a base hit back in the 3rd. Line drive, he's going to be 3 for 3 with a base hit into left center field. He'll take the turn, but he'll throw on the brakes, rounding the bag at first.
Well, Bone reached on that single where he ran it out on that slow roller over to 3rd, and he was kind of thinking about maybe pushing his luck and going to 2nd on that one. He probably got the sign from his coach not to, though.
It's just been hit after hit after hit for the 8 and 9 crew. I don't think that was exactly the look going into this afternoon's ball game, but so far they've been carrying the weight for Managua, and here comes Bismarck Rivera. First pitch. Misses downstairs for ball 1.
Well, and if you're Dantos, that's something you got to love to see. I mean, the fact that your leadoff hitter is 0 for 3 in Espinoza, there has been some production in that 2, 3, and 4, but getting most of it at 8 and 9, I mean, that just shows how dangerous this lineup is top to bottom.
A swing and a miss comes up empty. The count evens up at 1. Well, he can also run. He's known for his speed and his range in center field. The league leader in runs scored at 51 a season ago. 1-1. Chopper third base side. It goes into the Managua dugout. 47 runs batted in, 7 home runs, 78 hits. Was a co-leader in the league. Now that wind is starting to help out hitters. It's blowing directly out to center field. 1-2. Misses up and inside, giving Rivera a close shave. We're also starting to see the mountains of the foothills starting to slowly come into view. A little bit smoky out there on the horizon. 2-2 is swung on and skied into center. Huang goes back. He's still ranging near the warning track, makes the leap, and crashes into the wall to make the catch. Heading back to first is Bone in retreat. But a lengthy out number 1 as that ball was starting to carry, and the wind, as we just mentioned, was starting to play a little tricks on that fly ball.
I think Rivera thought he hit this one out on the swing. I mean, you can see him kind of dropping the bat as if it was, but a great leap and a backhanded catch there by Wang. You got to love the effort that Chinese Taipei is still putting in, despite the run deficit being 9-2.
This is also still a tryout for almost everyone that's coming into this tournament. First pitch on the way is skied into center. This one also with a little carry. Huang has a beat on this to make the catch a couple of steps in the left center field alleyway. Two away as Espinoza flies down. I'll bring up Brendan Layton.
I'm going to venture to guess Wang likes those ones a little bit more. Can just square it up and get in front of it.
Just underneath it. And just underneath it. It does not take much for that ball to get out in center. Obviously with Rivera need a little bit extra. But we're just seeing that ball hang up just a little bit more in the air. First pitch swinging, bouncer, giving ground and off the chest of Hang, this shortstop. Throw back to the back door at second. Chang-A Lin putting his body on the line just to keep that ball in front of him. He takes a nasty rip off. Looks like the letters of the brothers. My goodness.
Yeah, it's the second time we've seen a real nasty hop on a very fast roller. This time to shortstop. Yang did everything he could to stay in front of it. It does go down as an error for him. And of course, now you're in the dangerous territory. Omar Mendoza, who absolutely crushed a home run his last time up.
I put it down as a hit. First pitch. There's a called strike on the inner half of the plate. Now, that ball was hit on the screws. Third hit of the day for Brandon Layton. And time is called for Omar Mendoza as he will readjust the elbow guard. Now, we've seen some very interesting batted balls on this infield. Some nasty top spinning hops, some balls that just end up still dying in the infield as this ball is just poked into left base hit. Rounding third, heading home. Here comes Bone. The throw is going to be cut off. He'll slide across home plate. It's the 10th run of the ball game for Manangua. Only 10-2. On the hands, was able to just flip it past the shortstop, hang into left field.
Third hit of the game now for Mendoza, first time aboard, so he has definitely been one that has been feeling himself in this opening game for Dantos.
Third run batted in of the contest, had the 2-run home run back in the third inning. Runners back at first and second. 5 runs in the second, 4 in the third, and 1 in the fifth. It's been the effort so far for Los Dantos. Then for the brothers, just looking to get any sort of offensive momentum rolling. It's been a tricky day for them. They opened up the scoring back in the home half of the first inning, putting Angel Obando on a bit of a roper back in that first frame, but he's really settled in. 9 consecutive men retired as he squares around, drops a beauty third base side, just put it in his back pocket. That's a bunt single for K. Wan Lu. And that'll get things going with a leadoff knock, and that will end the streak of 9 straight retired in order.
This is a great play. I mean, you're watching Allegrina. He's sitting back there on third base, and this is just perfectly put down the third base line. We talked about Lou's speed earlier. He's already got 1 stolen base in the game. Rodolfo Bone's given up 3. We'll see if Lou's going to be on the move again this time around.
Top of the order now. Chunlin Huang had a base hit back in the bottom of the first inning. First pitch. Takes a called strike on the outer half.
With the number 60, Chunlin Huang, center fielder.
Well, for Bone, he has one of the higher caught stealing percentages in Nicaragua. 43.2% runners cut down on stolen base attempts. Has been unsuccessful so far today, though. A bluff at first. Ball's lined softly into right. Rayo will step in, make the catch. 1 away, back to first base will go Lou.
Yeah, and right back to business for Obando getting that out. He gets 2 and 3 at least coming up. And granted, there's not a double play, but yeah, I think Obando, he's kind of got a big release too when he's in the stretch. So it gives a lot of advantage to Lou and the other speedsters here on the brothers to get to second base.
Chasing down 8 runs. They're not going to get it with just one swing. You just got to be able to manufacture it here and there and keep your pitching staff going. First pitch fastball misses outside. What you're seeing from Lou is also him bluffing almost every opportunity. Now, you can't really see it on our screen here, but we're seeing it pretty much on almost every other pitch. So you're also possibly opening up more holes with Brandon Layton, the shortstop, possibly be evacuating his position. Misses inside for a ball, now 2-0. And that chaos that just ensues on the base paths, it just frustrates not just the middle infielders, but also for Bone, just not knowing when he's actually going to need to get out of the squat and get a throw off. 2-0. Line drive, left field, slicing down the line, and this ball's going to one-hop the wall. Lou will get the stop sign at third base. Up to second will go Ju-Chun Lin. It's a double that puts runners in scoring position. And now here come the big bats for the Brothers with a chance to get a little bit extra shaved off this 8-run deficit.
The first time we've seen multiple hits in an inning from the Brothers, and the first extra base hit as well, as Lin puts that one in that left field corner. And now with just 1 out and runners at second and third, middle part of the order due up. This is definitely the best chance we've seen from the Brothers since the first inning.
We're starting to see that bullpen from Los Dantos start to move around. A left-hander is starting to throw out in the bullpen. Second and third, 1 gone, chasing 8 runs. First pitch. Takes a called for strike, starts things off at 0-1. Bright sunshine all over the stadium down below. No shade except for the seats behind home plate. This ball's lashed out to right field. Rayo giving chase. He can't get it. It's going to one-hop the wall. That's going to bring home 2. In to score is Lou. Rounding third, heading home is Lin. He's going to get there standing up. Back-to-back doubles, 2 runs on the board. It's now 10-4 in favor of Los Dantos. But the Brothers making a little bit of noise here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Got another man in scoring position on the 2-run double.
Well, you gotta love the heart that you're seeing from the Brothers. I mean, that's, like you said, back-to-back extra base hits, the 2 hardest balls they've hit so far in this game. And now another runner in scoring position. I mean, it's just the nature of the beast here in Mexico City, where it can just flip on a dime once you can start to string things together.
We're starting to see that all over the place. Xiao Yu Soon will now step in. First pitch on the way. That fastball missing way up and away for a ball. And again, it just starts with a little bleeder. That bunt down the third base side, an absolute beauty from Lou. Then he had the double, another double. A couple of runs cashed in, and the Brothers are starting to make a little bit of noise. It's their second 2-run frame of the day. 1-0. Takes downstairs. And this is what I was hearing from some of the Kane County guys at dinner or lunch yesterday, was that you just got to keep playing add-on. You just got to keep adding on here and there, because you don't know when a team could possibly explode for a crooked number. (2-0). Takes a called strike, and there's going to be a little bit of disappointment from the bench of the Brothers. He's able to steal it on that low outside corner. (2-1). Jumps off the inside for ball 3.
And you wonder about the fatigue of Abando. I mean, he's starting to lose a little bit of control, looking a little bit like he did in the first inning.
He's up to 82 pitches. All right, it was a very taxing first inning. He's been on a bit of cruise control since then, but pressure has been on this bottom half of the 5th inning. 3-1. There's a big swing. He was trying to really cut into the deficit. It's now full of 3-2.
Big momentum pitch coming up here for both sides.
Certainly indeed. That left-hander looks like he's ready to go in the bullpen for Managua. 3-2. Line drive, top spinning into right center. That's going to get down and get past Rayo. Rounding third is Lee. He's going to come in to score. Up to second goes Sue. It's the 3rd consecutive double of the inning for the Brothers. And they're starting to fight their way back. They now have cut the lead in half. It's 10-5. Momentum pitch, momentum swing.
Absolutely, just that fastball that didn't have a lot of movement, straight down the middle, but high, and just able to get the wrist through is Sue. 3 straight doubles. I mean, that is a big deal for momentum. And as you mentioned, it all just started with that bunt single by Lou to start this inning. After retiring 9 straight, they now have 4 hits in their last 5 hitters.
Ronaldo Garth will take a jog out to the mound, and it looks like he's got the 2 hands on the shoulders of Obando. He's going to take the ball from his starter. And he was looking very sharp going into this 5th inning. But a little bit of chaos ball has ensued here inside of Estadio Alfredo Harpelú. The brothers finally chased the starter from Nicaragua's national team, as they'll see a southpaw come jogging in from. Zhe Zhao will step in to hit from the right-hand side after Los Dantos goes with the left-hander of Elias Gutierrez. The Nicaraguan national team player back in 2019 was the only left-hander on the roster in the 2019 Pan American Games. So a big tilt inning and a pinch hitter swing, and first pitch on the way. Taken downstairs for ball 1, starts things off at 1-0. Coming off the bench cold, but he's going to get his chance.
Yeah, Zhao just 19 years old as well. 18 years old. So he is literally just fresh out of high school and getting a big opportunity here in the BCL.
1-0 takes off the plate for ball 2, 2-0, and this is where things can start to feel like the swing of the game. You're able to chase out the starting pitcher who's been giving you fits through the middle innings, but you tack on 5 runs against him. The 2-0 jams him foul, first base side behind home plate, now 2-1. But for Zhao, he comes in fresh off the bench, knowing that a situation could come in where he's going to face a left-hander. So in that DH spot, Wei-Ta Su, his day comes to an end. A big rip comes up empty. 2-2.
For Gutierrez, he pitched in that Nicaraguan Winter League last season. In 12 games, carried a 1.93 on the ERA. So he's definitely found some success in recent times.
2-2. He's able to spoil it and stay alive on a foul ball. Just nicks it. Bone trying to catch it in the air. Just able to spoil it. And you saw it take a deflection. We'll try this again at 2-2. Su at second after his RBI double the pitch. Swing and a miss. Down on strikes goes the pinch hitter, 2 away now. And that will bring up Sheng Ji Sai.
So good combinations of pitches there from Gutierrez to change the eyesight. Goes with a big dropping curveball that gets Zhao swinging and tipping, and then follows that up with an eye-line fastball. Really solid combination there by Gutierrez.
First pitch on the way, lefty-lefty matchup with Sai. He takes for ball 1. Ten to 5, 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Fouls it off third base side, off the rooftops and back down below. One. Just misses downstairs on the fastball. 2-1. Tilt counts now at 2-1. Bottom half of the order for the brothers. Haven't really been able to get something going. That can all change, though, with a couple of swings. 2-1. Misses off the inner half of the plate. It's now 3-1. We're also seeing Omar Mendoza, the left fielder. He is shading completely down that left field line. That left center gap is as open as can be. Couple of shading steps in as well, trying to take away the bleeders. 3-1. Bounces in for ball 4. So after the strikeout, works a walk. A plate appearance, and that will bring up Sheng Hee Tang. Runners at first and second, and now a ball in the gap could bring home a couple of more runs and That would make this contest more and more interesting. Don't write off the Brothers yet. After falling behind 10-2 going into this inning, 3 runs on the board. Could possibly scrap away with at least 1 or 2 more, especially with 2 outs. Those are the 2-out RBIs that really just kind of put a damper in your third base dugout if you're Manangwa.
Yeah, and Sheng Yang, a good guy to have up. 5th-round pick for the Brothers back in 2023, and a reliable bat in this lineup in the lower part.
Takes a strike, starts off 0-1. Back half of the ball game now officially. The 0-1. Looking like he was trying to throw a changeup up there, ends up slipping out of his hand. Count evens at 1. Runners at first and second. 3 runs already in for the Brothers. The pitch. Fouled back, and it's now 1-2.
This is where it gets tough against Gutierrez. I mean, we saw it with the pinch hit against Yao. He's just able to kind of hit his spots when he gets up in the count and has some pitches to play with.
1 ball, 2 strikes. Runners at first and second. The pitch home. Bouncer over to second, giving ground. Espinoza on the back of the outfield turf, throws on the first in time. The inning comes to a close. 3 runs do come across the score for the Brothers. They chop this lead at inning from the starter, Hui Sheng Lin.
Yeah, at the very least, he's kept him in the game a little bit. I mean, it was really looking like the Dantos were starting to heat up, and Lin, even though he did have some struggles, gave up a couple home runs, he was still able to keep them in the game. And now you're sitting at a 10-5. I mean, you have another 3-run inning after they blank here. You just never know.
You have that top of the order coming up for the Brothers going into that 6th inning. You'll have 8, 9, and 1 due up. First pitch on the way. Lefty-lefty matchup. Spoiled foul third base side. William Rayo, Afilio Castillo, and Benjamin Alegria due up. 5, 6, and 7. Meat of this order for Los Dantos.
3rd year in pro ball here for Chen. Former 6th-round pick in the CPBL.
0-1, fouled off third base side once again. 0-2. I mean, what you're seeing so far from this Brothers Ball Club is a very interesting start of the game. They get up to that early 2-0 lead. Not that they were coasting at all, but they just couldn't find any sort of momentum. But then it just that little bunt single kind of spark plugs themselves, and they've got some momentum. 0-2. Popped up. Third base side now, shallow left center field. Shortstop Sheng Yang backs up, shields his eyes from the sun, makes the catch. There's 1 out to open up the top of the 6th.
Yeah, and I know we talked about it already, but I'm just impressed with the fight. I mean, you go up 2-0 and then you give up 10 unanswered. But even after being blanked 3 innings in a row, they're able to put up 3 runs in the bottom of the 5th. And all of a sudden, I mean, it's a 5-run game, which sounds like a lot, but here it can just flip so quickly.
Final line for Angel Obando. As a first pitch taken outside for ball 1 to Castro. Goes 4 1/3 innings, gives up 6 hits, 5 runs, 4 of them earned, 2 walks and 2 strikeouts. The 1-0. Just off the outside for ball 2, now 2-0. Castro, hitless so far. Fly out, line out, and a pop out. (2-0). Takes a called strike. 2-1 now.
And we've talked about Afilio Castro a little bit. 42 years old out here playing, especially against this young Brothers team. But there's been many times in his career where he's kind of thought about retiring, but he just loves representing Nicaragua and really wants to win some sort of a championship with them. That's why he's here in this tournament.
2-1, and it just misses off that outside corner.
I mean,
you ask any of these guys who are on this field and any of the guys who are about to take the field tonight, if they could play till they're 40, they would say, if I can make it, if my body can take it up till 40, sign me up. 3-1. Swing and a miss. Speaking of which, remember, game 2 tonight, big matchup between the Kane County Cougars and the host team, Diablos Rojos del Mexico. 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock local time here from Mexico City, and this place is going to be packed out. Full count, 3-2, rings him up on the outside corner. Caught frozen is Castro, 2 away. For strikeout for Chen entering in. And just freezes him on the outside corner.
Yeah, good fight back there by Chen. He's looking pretty good in the middle part of this Dantos order, getting Rayo to fly out, and then Castro out for the 4th time in this game with a backwards K.
Benjamin Alegria steps in. First pitch from him. Same exact spot, goes to that lower outside corner, gets the called strike. He looks sharp.
Yeah, and I mean, it's not coming in at a great velocity, 88 miles an hour, but it doesn't matter if you're able to just paint the edges. It's always going to be a tough pitch to decide to swing, and then a tough one to hit if you do.
The 0-1. This is outside.
But he was right there again. I mean, that one was at 79. Just missed the edge.
Couple of steps to the pull side for the Brothers infielders. Outfield spread out and deep. 1-1. Bounces in the dirt for a ball. 2-1. I mean, how many people do you think are going to come to this game for the nightcap here?
Oh, I got to imagine it's going to be a packed house. I mean, baseball means so much already for Diablos, and to play, you know, the Kane County Cougars, probably one of the top teams in this tournament on paper.
2-1 lashed foul from right field out of play.
And I'm sure we'll talk plenty about it pregame and during the game, but you know, these two teams didn't meet last year.
Well, that was the expected possible finals was going to be between Kane County and Diablos Rojos. It didn't end up happening, so we get to see what could have been.
Absolutely.
On the night game tonight.
It should be exciting.
2-2. Falls low for ball 3, and the count runs full 3-2. Ten to 5, 2 away in the top half of inning number 6. Chen with the pause and the payoff. Bounces at third, but it's going to go foul. Just hooked it to the left side of the bag. And this is what's also fun, Colin, is we're seeing the major league size bases here, where the full pizza boxes are down on the field below. I don't know if you've ever got to see them up close and personal in person, but those things are massive compared to the bases that we see back in the United States and the American Association. 3-2, pulled on the ground to short. Up with the ball is Yang, steps across, throws it, and it's dug out at first. The Brothers of Chinese Taipei have made things a little bit more interesting, inching their way back. First base on the way to Chen as he ropes into right field, but it's going to hang up for Rayo. Takes a step back, 1 pitch, 1 out to open up the bottom half of the 6th inning. But you're starting to see the confidence now of the Brothers, starting to be a little bit more aggressive in the zone on those first pitches. This is a breaking ball, hangs up a little bit, not a bad swing on it either. Elevation just kept it up a little extra.
Yeah, those are always the more tough outs. I mean, if that's obviously a little bit 10 feet to the right, he's probably staying on second base.
First pitch takes a ball, 1-0. It's the bunt single from Liu that got things rolling. He came around to score on the second of 3 consecutive doubles back in the bottom of the 5th. Called strike will evens up the count.
Yeah, this guy's probably been the most electric player I've seen so far on the Brothers, and definitely one that Dantos is not wanting to have on the base path, so we'll see Gutierrez go right after him.
1-1. A swing and a miss. 1-2. Alegria also remembering from the last time up, he was playing almost at handshake distance. He's now stepped back behind the third base bag, still respecting his speed though. 1-2. Check swing, but it's called strike 3 anyways. Second strikeout for Gutierrez, 2 away now. I'll bring up the top of the order in Huang.
Yeah, that's just a nasty pitch when you get that lefty-lefty matchup, the slider just going away. And whether he went or not, it might have caught the edge. So just a really nice pitch by Gutierrez. He's looked good ever since he's came out of the pin. 1 walk, but other than that, retiring everybody. No hits allowed.
First pitch fouled off, starts things off 0-1. Huang with a base hit back in the first inning. A ground out and a line out since then. A 1. floater breaking ball back in the middle of the plate for a strike. Now 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 10-5 in favor of Los Dantos. The pitch. Up and inside, and that takes a bite out of the shoulder blade. So Huang with a hit by a pitch, he'll reach. And Ju Chun Lin will now step up and hit with a man aboard. That's a heat-seeking missile that right in that little pocket of the shoulder that connects your arm to your back. And while there isn't any muscle there, or not really much bone, that muscle right there actually could kind of hinder your throwing ability at times.
It looks like he's all right, though. The trainer came out for a quick second. He waved him off, but good to see Huang sitting on first base.
That's just an uncomfortable feeling, getting hit by a pitch anywhere.
It is, but I mean, he made him a sacrifice. This has definitely been the... Oh, another one high inside. But this has definitely been where the brothers have done the most damage. These 2, 3, and 4 hitters, all with some runs in this one. A few doubles. This is where that 3 straight doubles came from.
Another lefty-lefty matchup. The 1-0. Misses up and inside. Just any sort of momentum that could spark for this Brothers ball club. So run here, maybe a run there. Keep putting up zeros on the defensive side. You can find yourself back in this ball game. Called strike will bring the count to 2-1. Trevor Curl, Colin Rudisil from Estadio Alfredo Harpaloo. Gorgeous Tuesday afternoon. Game 1 of 2. 2-1. Swing and a miss. Comes up empty on the upstairs. 2-2 now. Couple looks in, the pitch home. A swing and a miss for strike 3. The bender comes back onto the inner half of the plate, and that will end the inning. Man gets left straight after the hit by a pitch. We go to the 7th. Back third of baseball in order. Right down Broadway at 88.
And he's getting a test right away. I mean, Rodolfo Bone in this game, 3 for 3, a home run, 3 RBIs, 3 runs scored. So 20-year-old will have his hands full.
The 0-1. A swing and a miss. It's now quickly 0-2. Bone, Rivera in the top of the order, Espinoza due up. And it's been 8 and 9 that has carried the weight of Los Dantos de Managua. 3-run home run from Bone back in the 2nd, and a 2-run home run from Rivera back in the 3rd. The 0-2. He's pulled a fastball down low and outside. 1-2 now. U23 Baseball World Cup in 2024. 2 appearances for Lou. 1-0, 4 1/3 innings of work. 1.62 ERA, 5 strikeouts, and a couple of walks in that tournament. The 1-2. Popped foul first base side and out of play.
Well, we keep talking about it, but what an opportunity for these kids from Chinese Taipei to just get some opportunities to play at the international level over here in Mexico City and bring that back to the CPBL, and whether they go to the minor leagues or they play for the brothers in that league, that's going to be some valuable experience.
1-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. Turns him around on the slider. 1 away after the strikeout. That'll bring a Bismarck Rivera.
And how about the 20-year-old coming in with a 6 slider going to the outside and getting Bone, who was 3 for 3 as mentioned in this. It's a big out start.
So here's Rivera. A base hit, a 2-run home run, and a flyout has been his day so far. He thought he had his 2nd home run of the afternoon. Good catch from Huang, though, out in center field to take that away. The 1-0. Takes upstairs. Now, 89 mile an hour fastball. It's popping the glove of Chen. It's sounding a little bit more like 92, 93. (2-0). Skies it foul. Out of play first base side. 2-1. The all-important first out of the inning after the strikeout of Bone. Two one. Line drive, well struck into right field, tailing down the line, but it's going to hang up for Lee. Goes it near foul ground, makes the catch. 2 away, and I'll turn the lineup card back to the top for Espinoza.
Well, all of a sudden, that's 6 straight retired for the Brothers, so they've certainly started to put things together. The question is, with, third of the game left to play, is it too little too late chasing 5 runs?
Well, 5 runs doesn't seem like that much of a bundle to come back from. Now, if you had a big bopper in the middle of that lineup, I would say it doesn't look like it's out of reach, but if you are a chess-like team with the Brothers are, where you have to go bag to bag in order to get your runs across, it makes things a lot more complicated. It takes outside for ball 1.
Yeah, it just calls for a lot more consistency from your lineup top to bottom. And we've seen flashes of it, specifically in the bottom of that 5th inning.
You just need a couple of gifts to go your way. Maybe a walk or a hit by a pitch to get just something started for you. Here's the 1-0. Misses low and outside for ball 2, now 2-0. But you're doing your job so far on the pitching side of things. After that rough second inning, things have started to calm down a little bit more. Take away that 5-run frame, and you're in a very competitive spot in this game. 1-0, chopped on the ground to third, softly hit. Up the ball is Sai, throws across the diamond in time. A 1-2-3 inning. So Lou does his job. He gets looking rather uncomfortable, making his way back to the third base dugout. The training staff looked out and got a look at him, and Espinoza has been lifted from the game.
It's unfortunate. We've seen a couple of injuries now, one for each team. And, you never want to see it, but especially early in this tournament, things that can come back and hurt you.
Well, we mentioned earlier, Espinoza was already banged up back in the early part of the season in the winter year. There's the 2-0. A swing and a miss for a strike.
Well, and he just took that last at-bat, so you wonder if something happened maybe while he was running to first, or maybe it's just been lingering the whole game.
Not ideal to say the least, especially one of the top hitters in your organization. 2-1. Big swing comes up empty. Is Lee for a strike. Lee, Su, and Zhao. 2-2. Down on strikes. Nasty breaking ball. That's the 4th one of the ball game for Gutierrez since entering on. Big first out to open up things in the bottom of the 7th.
Yeah, he's looked sharp. That's 3 strikeouts in a row at least. He hit Wang at the top of the 6th, but 3 strikeouts in a row as far as outs. So definitely feeling himself out there as Gutierrez.
First pitch on the way. And it's taken for, called for strike, 0-1. I see Brian Ruiz on your screen, entering in as the new third baseman. 0-1. There's a called strike. Quickly 0-2 on Su, who had an RBI double back in the 5th inning. 0-2 now. Check swing, won't matter. Called strike 3 anyways. 5th one of the ball game for Gutierrez. He's catching it in stride, and that will bring up the pinch hitter from earlier, and Zhe Zhao.
Yeah, and the first strikeout victim of Elias Gutierrez, who has not allowed a hit yet since entering the game in the 5th inning. And that was off the heels of 3 straight doubles from these brothers.
First pitch, big rip, comes up empty. We're starting to see the brothers, who were so contact-oriented earlier on, just start to take a little bit of a bigger swing. And each of these last couple of at-bats, the 0-1, misses up and away.
Yeah, and that might be coming from desperation. You're chasing 5 runs now in the bottom of the 7th, and just not finding a ton of success with the contact game outside of that 5th inning.
That's also just the maturity level of these young kids, who they're starting to put pressure on themselves with 9 outs remaining now. It's a little different now with 7 outs remaining going into 2 outs in the bottom of the 7th. But, I mean, this is still a tournament where anything could happen. With just a couple of swings, you could find your way back into this ball game rather quickly. 2-1 fouled back. And again, young kids just turning the ages of some 19, some 20, some 21. On the older side of that quote-unquote younger 20s, 22 and 23. But it's just a young group of kids who are getting their feet wet in professional baseball. And let's face it, one of the more higher stress levels of postseason play, but you're playing in March, 2-2. Spoiled foul to the first base side. I mean, we hear that all the time with the guys who are representing their countries in the World Baseball Classic. Like, you're ramping yourself up to play playoff level baseball when you should be building up to get ready for a season. And it's the same exact way with these guys out on the field right here. As another check swing spoils it foul. But you're just getting these guys who are not fresh off the couch really, but more of they're just getting out of the weight room. Some of these guys, and we'll see this with Kane County, the guys who are from cold weather environments who are just starting to finally get out on a playing field for the first time since for some of them maybe October or November. A 2-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Sit him up and knock him down. Elias Gutierrez, he's in full. 2, 3, and 4 do Brandon Layton, Omar Mendoza, and Emmanuel Trujillo. Top third of this lineup card for Los Dantos, and they've started to get things rolling in the first half of the ball game. First pitch taken for called strike at 91 miles an hour on the outside corner. Layton, a 3-hit day. Lined out to open things up in the top of the first inning, and then base hit, base hit, base hit since then. 0-1 misses upstairs for a ball. Count evens up to 1.
Yeah, I think we have at least one defensive change here. Juichin Lin going from second base over to shortstop, and that's now number 4, Shrulun Chiang at second base.
1-1 skips in the dirt. And this is kind of where you'll see some of these guys get mixed in. They'll get a chance to get an at-bat or a plate appearance. Last couple of innings to play, just get themselves some sort of game speed for getting it ready to go for their next contest. Line drive back up the middle. That's going to go into center, a base hit. A 4-hit contest for Layton. Leads off the top of the 8th with a knock.
All singles, but all hard-hit singles, so he's definitely seen the baseball really well, and something maybe to think about for Brandon Layton going forward.
So man on at first, and that will bring up Omar Mendoza. He as well has a 3-hit contest, a base hit back in the first, worked a walk in the second, and then went large with a 2-run home run in the third and an RBI single in the 5th for a 3-run batted in day. First pitch home. Downstairs for ball 1.
Yeah, the 2-3 and 8-9 combos for the Dantos have certainly been a big deal tonight or this afternoon. It's been interesting to see the pitching as well. Dantos just 2 pitchers used, and now the 5th pitcher in the game for the Brothers.
1-0. In the dirt, knocked down from the catcher, Chen. That keeps Layton stationed at first base.
And I guess maybe the philosophy for the Brothers would be more not trying to waste too many arms, getting them in for just an inning, getting some work so they can get their feet wet. Or maybe for the Dantos, it's more, let's not use up our bullpen and our arms. Let's keep it a secret and, you know, utilize those guys in bigger games and closer scenarios.
2-0 home. In the dirt, to the backstop it goes. Up to second base will go Layton on the wild pitch. I mean, there's got to be nerves for all of these young kids coming in, too. Like, we saw how poised Chan Cheng Lin was coming in a bit of an emergency situation after the line drive off of Hui Shang Lin. Had him an early exit out of the ball game. He looked sharp in his 3 1/3 innings, and then we've seen the rest of this Brothers ball club throwing up zeros on the board, the occasional 1-run coming in, but otherwise have looked good. 3-0, he's back in the zone with a strike.
Yeah, I mean, Sang's 26, but you're looking at what he's done. This is only his 3rd-year professional ball. He's never played at the major league level in the CPBL, so this is his real first team from the CPBL with the Brothers. Like you said, I mean, nerves are a real thing.
3-1, poked foul first base side, now full 3-2.
And that's maybe why I kind of like just, you know, they're already getting the bullpen ready to go again. I'm sure we'll see somebody else in the 9th inning. And just letting these guys get that experience, get that exposure, and kind of get the nerves put away in a game where you're losing by 5 runs. So then when you get in the next time, you're comfortable.
3-2 full. And the dirt knocked down. That'll draw a walk. Second plate appearance of the day for Mendoza. He has been on base every single time he has come up to the plate. Manuel Trujillo now will step in with men on first and second, and we'll see a quick mound visit to just get the young right-hander back in the swing of things.
Yeah, to be honest, it's not the worst walk in the world after the wild pitch. I mean, Mendoza, we've already seen at a very dangerous bat. You don't want to put something over the middle for him to crush. So with first base open, you put the double play back in. It's not a horrible walk, in my opinion.
I see a right-hander trying to get loose in both bullpens. I mean, if you're Ronaldo Garth right now, you're looking at the way Elias Gutierrez has been throwing, and he's looked very sharp. 6 strikeouts, pitch count is still in a good spot. Knowing that how the rest of this tournament could possibly play out, you want to keep him in this game just to limit the rest of your bullpen, or do you want to still put him back and give him a chance to rest up here as you get, or as you look forward to the rest of this tournament, where his ability could be very big going forward?
If it's me, I'm thinking the latter. I mean, he's looked good. He could definitely go out here on a high note, knowing he kept the game at 10-5. You don't want to throw his arm completely out, or even if he's getting gassed, he starts to get lit up and you lose that confidence. So I think it's the right time.
One takes inside, and it also will help out if Dantos can cash in. Runners at first and second, 10-5 in favor of the red machine. Time is called. I'll reset here.
Yeah, and really for Dantos, even with a 5-run lead, this would be a nice part of the order to see some production. I mean, looking back, it looks like 3 hits combined between the next 3 hitters.
1-1 skips in the dirt for a ball, 2-1.
So if you can start to see, you know, some crooked numbers maybe from this middle part of the order, and again, just solidify how dangerous this team can be 1-9.
Two balls and a strike, nobody out, runners at first and second. Top half of inning number 8. Sang fires home. Misses well upstairs for ball 3. And this is also where things can also start to run away from you. Brothers were able to get 3 runs in that 5th inning. It looked like they had some life, but then the offense went cold very quickly. And threatening is Los Dantos. 3-1. Foul back. Back goes helicoptering, and it almost takes out our cameraman down the third base side. It's probably going to be the best picture you're going to get of the tournament.
Yeah, look, he gives the thumbs up, and he's right back on it. Credit to those guys, man. They really got to hang in there.
Well, normally when you're in that spot down there in the third base side, you're expecting a foul ball to come. The last thing you're expecting is a helicoptering battle. This is a great look. It takes a little bit of a bite out of him. But here's the thing. You rather the body take a hit than, let's say, maybe a $5,000 to $10,000 camera.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, that is the life of a photographer and a videographer.
And Chad's in my ear, $30,000.
$30,000's a lot. Yeah, I might put an arm or a chest on the line for that.
I mean, think about it. Cast might cost you maybe $1,000. Your camera costs you almost a year's salary. 3-2 full, misses low and outside for ball 4. So that begs the question, Chad, like how expensive are like the cameras that are used here, like the one that is to our right behind home plate? Yeah, they put insurance on those ones, I'd imagine, too, just because of foul balls could go anywhere. I mean, we're talking about some expensive equipment, and now we'll see another visit to the mound. Translators, training staff, and the bullpen door swings open in right field, as we'll see a new pitching change come in. Bases are loaded. Los Dantos de Managua They have men aboard. Bases packed, and here comes the big bats in order with William Rayo stepping in as we'll step aside. Rayo steps in, new pitcher. Ying Jui Chen steps up here. Bit of a pressure cooker spot, trying to keep this right where it's at. First pitch on the way to Rayo. Knocks it down in the dirt is Chen behind home plate. Ball 1-1-0.
Yet another guy here for the Brothers that's getting his first look in a Brothers uniform. And you said it, it's a tough spot to come in here with the bases loaded and nobody out. A guy with William Rayo who's already got 2 hits tonight.
5 men, the 5th batter in this lineup card. 1-0. Catches the outside corner for a called strike. Count evens back up to 1. This is a scenario where you would gladly trade 2 outs for the run. Still keep this within striking distance at 6. Right now it's at 10-5. 1-1. Chopper over to shortstop. Going to be a tricky turn. Second base for 1. Back onto first base. Not going to be in time though. Rayo will beat it out on the back end. A run will come in to score. 11-5 in favor of Los Dantos. Runners at the corners with 1 gone for Filio Castro.
Yeah, you get the ground ball to shortstop that you're looking for, but it was just a high chopper. It's a tough one to turn to. And they got close on it, but still get yourself 1 out. Now runners at the corners.
Brandon Layton will cross to score.
3rd time for him.
He's been busy on the base paths today. So here's Castro. He's hitless in this 16-hit effort from Managua. He goes down to a knee, coming up empty. First pitch swinging. 0-1. Just a couple of runs scratched over the last few frames for Managua. Chopper to second, giving ground is Cheng. Shortstop to 1, and Lin to throw on to first in time. There's the double play the Brothers needed, and that gets them out of the inning, only surrendering the 1 run. So as we mentioned, Colin, they'll gladly trade the 1 run for 2 outs. They eventually do that, and it takes 2024 U23 Baseball World Cup. Swept their way into winning a gold medal. First pitch swinging, comes up empty. Start things off at 0-1. Zhang Sai will lead things off.
You're getting into that Mexico City groove. I like the Rosco.
A little
really
bit.
Really nailing it.
A little bit. Takes outside for ball 1 to even up the count. I'm starting to feel it with the music that gets played, which is interesting because here at the ballpark we're starting to see that traditional Latin music and Hispanic music, but when we're at out in getting an Uber, driving around town, in the grocery store, at Walmart or anywhere else, you're hearing American radios being played.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an interesting blend of music that we're hearing so far.
We've really enjoyed our time so far in Mexico City. I mean, that view where the press conference was of the entire skyline and the mountains in the background, it really is a pretty city.
There's the 1-2. This is outside. I didn't really get a chance to see what it was like flying in to Mexico City. I was flying in late at night, but just from the way the lights were just hitting the city skylines and all the neighborhoods out in the mountains, really kind of shows you how big Mexico City really is. It is the biggest metropolitan population density in North America. A check swing for strike 3. That's 5 strikeouts for this Los Dantos pitching staff in order, following up Elias Gutierrez.
Yeah, I think you really got to like what you've seen from the pitching staff so far from Dantos. I mean, they have really looked good out of the bullpen, and even Obando, who struggled in that first inning, he really put it together in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And Gutierrez with a great outing as well, picking up 6 strikeouts.
2 2/3 innings, walked just 1 batter, and got 6 Ks to his name. No runs were on his credit line. There's the 0-1. Swing and a miss, ties him around. 94 miles an hour, now it's 0-2. He is lanky on that mound for Orozco. He gets down the hill. 0-2. Spins him with a breaking ball, falls in the dirt.
6 foot 167, but you're right, the way he kicks that left foot out really drives himself all the way down and gets as much torque as he can over the top.
1-2. Bounces in for a ball. Count evens up to 2-2. Well, the sun has kind of gone away. See a little bit of sunshine out in the outfield, but overcast clouds starting to roll in. Wind really picking up towards right center. 2-2. Line drive, slight. Find its way into some wooden bleachers out there. It looks like that's where like a band would be standing if you had like a
¿Buscas algo natural de verdad?
marching band
Descubre
if you
Sapia.
had one in this league. And what we've heard is that's more of a Caribbean thing, like out on the islands. Not really much in Mexico. Now we'll see and hear plenty of musical instruments down on the crowd below us.
Yeah, again, this first game closed off to the public, but tonight it'll absolutely be rocking. One of the biggest games on paper in the tournament.
We'll see you at 9 o'clock Eastern, 8 o'clock Central for Kane County versus Diablos Rojos del Mexico, the host team. Back-to-back times bringing the Baseball Champions League here to the City of Palaces.
Yeah, it's been pretty cool just how much exposure it's gotten. I mean, we saw at the press conference how many different reporters and what have you was there, but then even seen commercials on ESPN for the game, and that is where it'll be airing here in Mexico.
Skied. No man's land behind third base. It'll be the shortstop, Brandon Layton, to take charge and make the catch. On the Bermuda Triangle, 2 away now, and that will bring up Chu Tang Chen.
Well, you mentioned it, the brothers strung together those 3 doubles back in the 5th inning, and since then they have yet to pick up a hit here 2/3 through the top of the 8th, or bottom of the 8th rather. And that's just credit to Gutierrez and Al Orozco picking up right where he left off.
It's 11-5 with 2 outs here in the bottom of the 8th. First pitch misses in off the plate. That's 4 outs remaining for the brothers. And your tournament certainly is not done after game 1, but you have an uphill battle to climb. There's the 1-0. There's a called strike.
And this game's not over yet. Obviously, a lot can happen, but obviously, if you're Nicaragua, I think you got to like what you've been seeing. The pitching's been good. The offense, really, at the start of the game especially, was looking fantastic.
1-1. Spoke foul.
This might not go the brothers' way, but there have been a couple of highlights as well. I mean, we saw some good relief pitching there, and, you know, again, they had that 5th inning where they strung together 3 doubles. We've been seeing some steals as well, so they just need to find a way to build off that going forward in the tournament.
There is something there in that first base dugout. The 1-2. Spoiled back towards the skyline beams, and it's heading back down below.
Boy, that was pinballed out. It bounced off the dugout. It's still going. It almost made its way back to the field.
There's some interesting beams up here with the rooftop. 1-2. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Second strikeout for Orozco since entering on. He has a 1-2-3 8th inning. Sends us to the 9th.
Talk about more coming from Winnipeg, but, you know, 30 degrees, 20 degrees hanging around in that Chicagoland area. It's nice to be down here.
Certainly is baseball weather. 75 and sunny. First pitch taken for a strike. And one thing we never really noted about, and this is someone who should be noted, Ronaldo Garth. He's the manager of this Dantos ball club. We saw him in our van as we were on our way to the press conference yesterday. 0-1. A check swing for a strike, and it's now 0-2. And we'll talk about this once Dantos plays Kane County. But for him, at least for Garth, he is someone who has national team credibility with Nicaragua. He was a mainstay for their national team, earning MVP honors in the 2025 Arizona League. Performed exceptionally well in the 2005 Baseball World Cup, where he batted .308. And he has major league affiliate experience with the Seattle Mariners organization from 2002 to 2008, reaching Class AA. Over 1,100 at-bats with a .266 batting average in his time in the minor leagues. 1-2. And it's hit towards that third base dugout for a foul ball. And right now he is looking at his ball club possibly putting up a Game 1 victory to open up their tournament campaign.
He's got to love what he's been seeing so far. And very nice man. I mean, he came right up to us and introduced himself, shook our hands, and you know, talked a little bit of baseball.
1-2. That's going to get hooked into left field and down for a base hit. Bone with another single. That's his 4th hit of the day, 3rd single He had the 3-run home run back in the second to get the party started for Los Dantos. And it's just this 8-9 combo that's been doing some damage. Bring in Bismarck Rivera. Well, not only that for Garth, he was named the manager of Los Dantos in early 2025 after serving as a coach for the U23 team for the last 3 seasons. And he is certainly excited to be here as this ball is skied. Dead center field, going back is Huang. He's running out of room, and this ball's gonna fly. Grown folks territory. 2-run home run. Bismarck Rivera with his second blast of the afternoon. This one's going to tape measure out to 420 feet to dead center.
Yeah, well, we saw him back in the 5th inning. He thought he hit a home run to dead center, and instead Huang made an incredible play right at the wall. No chance for Huang this time. He got all of that baseball. Wind a little bit blowing out that way as well, the elevation. And that one, Rivera got his revenge and hit that 2-run blast. Second of the game, as you said.
He got it clean, and that ball just had enough to just keep on carrying over that center field wall. It's now 13-5. Top of the order, ball spoiled foul. Out of play first base side.
Yeah, first look at Brian Ruiz here at the plate.
Now for Ruiz, he was on the bench for the game, but it was a scratch of an injury from Aldo Espinoza. That's why you don't see him at the moment. The 0-1. Upstairs. That just gives a guy an opportunity who, other than maybe just a pinch hit opportunity late in this game, probably wouldn't get a chance to see any action. There's the 1-1. And he gets it out to left for a base hit. So his first at bat and a single into left field, and that keeps the ball rolling for Los Dantos.
It's a good little poke for the 21-year-old, and another guy, as you said, that's getting this exposure. A great time for it, being up 13-5. And, you know, hopefully everything's good with Espinoza, but if not, it's good to have that confidence already rolling for Brian Ruiz.
He gets a breaking ball that's on that outside half of the plate. He's able to hook it to that pull side down the left field line, and that's a pitch that you're looking to pull. You can't really go the other way. You just got to be able to get your hands out in front and just catch it off the end of the bat and put a good swing on it too. And we'll talk about this eventually, about just all the physics that come into this ballpark. But it's just that breaking ball that if you don't get that right side of the baseball, it's just going to spin and it's just going to be floating out over the heart of the plate. There's a called strike. Start things off to Brandon Layton.
Yeah, speaking of trouble, 4 hits for Brandon Layton. Looking for his 5th of the game here. If he's able to get it, he has been a monster in this 2-hole.
Here's the 0-1. Fouled back, nothing in 2. So in a game between the San Diego Padres and the San Francisco Giants back in 2023, when Major League Baseball came down here for the Mexico City Series, they'll do that a little bit later on this year, 2026 in April. But there was 11 home runs, which tied a Major League record. This ball's poked into shallow right field, foul territory, and it's going to find the turf.
Yeah, tell us the score.
Well, the score of that game, I don't have that on hand.
It was a lot to
It was a lot to a lot, and we could probably find that. But the 2026 Mexico Series game, that'll be between the San Diego Padres and the Arizona Diamondbacks. It's actually one of the few series that ABS will not have a challenge system in. There's 3 series in Major League Baseball this year that will not have the challenge system, and one of the series is here in this very ballpark. 0-2, poked foul.
16-11, one of those final scores.
Well, if 11 home runs were hit all solo shots. Yeah, that's a healthy scoreline, and we'll see probably something very similar here in April. The 0-2. Line drive down the left field line. It kicks fair down the left field line. It's headed for the corner. Ruiz taking the turn at second. He's at third. Gets the brakes thrown on. The throw goes back into home plate. How about Brandon Layton's day? That's his first double. That is now hit number 5. Things are really turning for the better for this Managua Ball Club.
Yeah, 5 for 6, all hard hit into left field, but he has been an animal, and it'll kind of be interesting, especially with, you know, Emmanuel Trujillo struggling a little bit at the plate today. Maybe this is a guy in Brandon Layton you move down a little bit and try to pick him up with some runners in scoring position. He has no RBIs, 3 runs scored himself. I guess the alternative is if Espinoza can't go, maybe he's your leadoff guy, and at least you get a guy aboard.
There's a lot of thinking going into the rest of the tournament. First pitch to Omar Mendoza. He takes for ball 1.
Omar Mendoza is just an absolute unit of a human being.
He's a big boy up there.
And he brings the power, brings the boom, no doubt.
1-0. There's a sky-high fly ball, shallow left center field. Huang makes the catch. Tagging for home is Ruiz. The throw will go in. It's just off target. Sacrifice fly off the bat of Omar Mendoza. Now the run comes across 14-5 in favor of the Red Machine. And keep on moving along here in the 9th inning. That's another crooked number.
Yeah, he just got underneath that one, but deep enough with the speed of Ruiz to push another run across. And you got to be feeling good now if you're the Dantos, up 9. And maybe still counting.
Runner still in scoring position. 2 outs in the inning. Emmanuel Trujillo will step in. First pitch. Goes all the way outside for ball 1, 1-0. What's interesting is how close we are to the airport here, not just in the stadium, but also the hotel, but the kind of the whole sporting complex. This is off the track of the F1 series when it comes to Mexico City. We can see the grandstands from our broadcast booth. There's a line drive to left field. It's down for a base hit. Rounding third, heading home. Here comes Layton. The throw is cut off. Back to first, the throw on the back door. Not in time, though. Layton scores. And it's now 15-5, a 10-run lead for Los Dantos.
Got to feel good for Trujillo, who hasn't picked up a hit since the 2nd inning, to kind of get himself back on track with an RBI single. But yeah, really cool the way that this field is laid out. I mean, you literally have to cross a bridge that goes over the track just to get to the stadium, at least the way we came. And, I mean, there's stands where you can just go out and look.
Oh, there was people on their bikes just riding on the F1 track.
Yeah, it's very unique.
Some soccer fields as well beyond the right field wall. This is a whole sporting complex here. The Mexico national team also calls Mexico City their home. They're getting their preparations set up for the summer when the World Cup comes to 3 countries, United States, Canada, and Mexico, 3 host nations. At least that's why the airport was under construction here in Mexico City. They're getting ready for the big crowds that are coming in. Takes outside. That's ball 2.
Yeah, a lot of awesome sporting events going on in everywhere in North America, but specifically here in Mexico City.
I mean, this is also the first ever Baseball Champions League that's coming off the heels of the World Baseball Classic. It was a week ago that Team Venezuela beat the United States and won their first World Baseball Classic. And we were talking about how the game is growing, and we're obviously seeing Chinese Taipei here, Nicaragua represented, and eventually we will see this tournament expand into a Baseball Champions League Europe, a Baseball Champions League Asia, and this is all going to come together for an absolute unit of a tournament where you'll finally have that that Club World Cup style, but for baseball in an international tournament setting that we've just never seen before.
It's all so exciting, and I think especially coming right off the World Baseball Classic, we heard this a lot in the lead up to this, and just all the excitement and the fanfare, because you're still riding that high and all that adrenaline, right, to come watch your team.
There's a ball that's shot deep right center field. Giving ground is Lee, but he's going to watch it clank off a seat for another 2-run home run. This time it's William Moreo who joins the party. Tape measure, take out, 434 feet out to right center. And this is starting to become a little ugly now.
Fifth home run of the game, if my calculations are correct, and 3rd hit of the game now for William Moreo, who's also been looking good. 3rd RBI picked up for him. And again, I just think top to bottom for Dantos, they have just looked really, really good in this one.
17-5.
This is their biggest scoring inning.
It is indeed a 6-run inning, coming off the heels of what was a 5-run top of the 2nd. First pitch. Fouled back. Well, here's the thing. None of these home runs have been solo shots. It's all come with men on base. So that's also where part of the challenge is that you can hit a ton of solo home runs, but it really becomes the backbreaker when you're hitting those 3 runs and so many 2-run shots.
Well, and we've just seen the consistency top to bottom outside of actually the man at the plate. Ofelio Castro is 0 for 5 in this game. Everybody in every spot, even Brian Ruiz filling in for Espinoza, has gotten at least 1 hit in this game, and most of them multiple hits. So, I mean, those will add up, especially when you got guys that are hitting the long fly.
And we're at a 22-hit game, and Ofelio Castro is the lone man out on that party.
Keep talking about him. I mean, 42 years old, out here playing with some of these young guys, and so much experience for him on so many different levels.
2-1 now. A little late, fouls it off first base side. 2-2.
He's represented Nicaragua in a lot of different ways, Winter Classics, U tournaments, you name it. He's been in major league systems early in his career.
The 2-2. Fouls it off his heel. Try this again. Remember, folks, the fun does not end here at Baseball Champions League today. We still have one more game that's to be played tonight. King County taking on Diablos Rojos del Mexico. 9 o'clock Eastern Time, 8 o'clock Central, 7 o'clock local time here from Mexico City.
Yeah, I don't know about you, Trevor, but I'm ready to see some capacity in this stadium and fans going crazy. So that game's going to be awesome.
Well, the guys are super excited to get that underway, too.
Well, and they felt like they missed out on the party not being able to play them last year. So now getting to play them the first time this year, that's pretty awesome, pretty special for them.
Well, you can look at it a couple of different ways. You can look at it as, man, it's tough that you're going into this tournament and you got to play arguably the favorite going into this. Swing and a miss for strike 3. That'll end the inning. Guys who didn't get a chance to start this game will at least get a plate appearance as they close up game 1 here of Baseball Champions League Mexico City. First pitch fastball missing upstairs. New pitcher on for Los Dantos. Coming to the southpaw, Carlos Tellier. As looks like we also might have another defensive replacement as Ronaldo Garth goes out to talk with our home plate umpire, Keith McConkey.
Carlos Tellier, a guy a lot like, Adolfo, where he's really been a part of kind of the culture around Nicaraguan baseball over the last 2 decades. I mean, this is his 21st year in pro baseball. He's the first and I believe only to play in 4 different qualifying tournaments, the WBC in 2012, 2016, 2022, and 2025, and represented Nicaragua in both the 23 and the 26 World Baseball Classic.
Well, that's history right there for you, and we might have some more. This might be a little bit more than just a defensive replacement. We could have possibly something else in the works.
Yeah, I'm wondering if this is more, I mean, I know this is a pinch hitter, but maybe some sort of batting out of order or turn or
that's what I'm thinking. And
something in that regard.
Not quite sure what it would be about, but it would be why Garth would come out after the first pitch was thrown.
Right.
Which would make sense why he would be going out there to talk things over. I think that's exactly what was the possibility. So now, looks like we might have some confirmation coming in.
Yeah, and to stay on Taylor in 2006, 2-0 record with a 2.86 ERA, struck out 73 in 63 innings pitched. So, I mean, in his youth, he certainly was a big deal in Nicaraguan baseball, especially on the mound.
So whatever that was about, it's back to baseball.
Looks like we're solved.
Yeah, when I saw the phones being taken out of that first base dugout for translation help, I mean, it really is a worldwide event when you have translators all over the place. 1-0. There's a swing and a miss. The count evens up at 1. But kind of how crazy is it that there's a team from the Chinese Taipei coming in, obviously the host city, Mexico City, but King County coming in from Chicagoland, Illinois. Managua coming in from Managua, Nicaragua. The Cubans coming in from Cuba. I mean, it really is starting to advance out past beyond the Americas. The 2-1. A swing and a miss, and the count is now 2-2. And as we see, this tournament will eventually go completely global. Is it possible that we see Australian teams come in? I mean, especially with how many players from, say, the Chinese Professional Baseball League as well go down to Australia and play. I mean, you're starting to see so many teams being able to be represented. And, of course, we'll see BCL Europe take the reign in, I believe, May, and then they'll play their championship in September. I mean, it really does become a full-blown international event. And after the heels of the World Baseball Classic, as we were mentioning earlier on, I mean, this really shows how international baseball is starting to find its legs after just years and years and years of trying to figure out how we can make international baseball not just competitive, but to this point where we're seeing not just your nations going at it, but also your club teams. 3-2 full. Swing and a miss for strike 3. Now the top of the lineup card will turn back around.
I think we got another pinch hitter here.
Meng Qing, who will step in. It is indeed pinch hitter after pinch hitter. And yeah, we are at that point of the ball game where you got to get guys in there to at least see some live at-bats or some plate appearances. Just get them into the game. And again, young kids, very young kids coming into this tournament and
yeah,
are just finding their way into the professional baseball world. And it's a tough beating in this first game, being down 12 runs. But again, most guys and most professional athletes who you talk to will say they learn more from their failures than they do their successes. This ball will plop down the right field line. That's going to be extra bases. So a pinch hit double will put him in scoring position, and that'll keep the line moving for the Brothers.
Nice little poke there by Hugh. And again, another kid that is just 20 years old, his first year in pro ball. That's his first swing he's taken in a Brothers uniform. And there's just so much of that with this team. And really, it feels like a team that's still being put together. And that's probably why we're seeing a lot of these guys coming out, taking their at-bats. And who knows, maybe earning themselves an opportunity to get a start in the next game or two. Because it feels like it's going to be that kind of atmosphere for Chinese Taipei in this tournament.
So runner aboard in scoring position. And lefty-lefty matchup, first pitch. There's a called strike. Starts things off at 0-1. Ju Chin-Lin and a double back in the 5th inning. It was the first of 3 consecutive doubles hit by the Brothers. 0-1. The fastball misses upstairs.
Yeah, the 2-3 certainly the high point so far for the Brothers. 2-3-4, where they've been seeing the most production. Just needs everything else to fall in place. I mean, especially that back part when it comes to the bat.
1-1. Just misses off the inner half of the plate on the back foot. 2-1. Takes a call strike. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. 17 runs, 22 hits, 1 error for Los Dantos. 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors for the Brothers. 2-2. Swing and a miss, goes fishing in the dirt. Looks the runner back at second. Bone tosses over to first in time. Second strikeout, 2 away for Tellier. We'll see one more pinch hitter come on up to the plate. Dui Song Yu. I'll step in, 2 outs and a man in scoring position. Los Dantos 1 out away from starting out the Baseball Champions League 1-0. Pitch on the way. Right down Main Street at 89 for a strike. Starts things off 0-1.
It might not mean anything for this game, but if the Brothers can push this run across and just try to get some momentum heading into their next game and end it on a high note, that would be great just for the way it's been going. 7 unanswered by Dantos to this point.
It looked like they were starting to make some noise. A 3-run bottom of the 5th inning and cut the lead in half. And that was just that meat of the order that just couldn't get things going again. And it was also Elias Gutierrez who took control from there on out, striking out 6 batters. 0-1 takes a strike. And you can look at the offensive side. Obviously, we put up 17 runs. That certainly is something to behold, and we'll take a look at who your MVP of this game would be. But I would choose Gutierrez just for being able to hold down the fort for those 2 2/3, getting the 6 strikeouts, and then just allowing your offense to kind of just breeze your way through the rest of the contest.
He was a huge part of coming in right when the Brothers were starting to rally in. That's why they had those 3 straight doubles. They put in Gutierrez. He absolutely shut the door. You know, you obviously got to look at Brandon Layton and his 5 hits. He was huge in this one. A couple of home runs for Rivera. I mean, there's a bunch of guys you could pick as an MVP in this one.
That will wrap things up after the strikeout. Ball game over. Los Dantos with a 17-5 victory here inside Estadio Alfredo Harpelú. And it was a big one. It was a lot of big swings, but Los Dantos will take that first win in stride as Chinese Taipei will take their way over to the first base chalk. See the traditions of Baseball Champions League, and this is one here. Respect to the people in attendance, respect to your opponent, respect to the umpires as they bow over that first base chalk line. 17 runs, 22 hits, 1 error for Los Dantos. For the Brothers, 5 runs on 7 hits, no errors, but it was just that offense from Los Dantos that overpowered from the 2nd inning on.
Absolutely. I mean, especially that 8-9 combination between Rodolfo Bone and Bismarck Rivera. The 5 hits from Layton, just all over the place.